Yes, we are live. Hello, guys, welcome back to another evening episode. And we are facing Union Berlin. This game is going to be big, but in the Premier League, that is a big disappointment for Mikel Arteta because they have been defeated at the St James Park against Newcastle United. So, yes, this is definitely going to be the biggest upside of the Premier League as Arteta's man has just got that defeat, and the Newcastle fans must be going home with their song singing along them, and the table of the Premier League is standing too tall. Just let me have you guys look at the voice is audible. Yes, the video quality is looking good. So everything is good, and the Premier League table is that of Manchester City is at the top and they have got that edge. But yes, Arsenal having that loss has dropped to the third position and they are at 18 points. But still, Liverpool and City, they are chasing down for that top spot with 9 games and yet a game to play this evening. Both of the teams will be playing, but yes, Arteta's men having that loss and they have lost 2 games and drawing 3 of the games. But win percentage of 50% in the Premier League for Arteta, despite of the injuries, is a great concern, and he will be thinking about that goal from Isaac, which just got converted such early in 12 minutes. That was the disappointment, and definitely with this starting lineup they were having. But yes, we are now focusing on the lineups where Bayern Munich is facing Union Berlin and this game of the Bundesliga. In the previous game, that was Stuttgart against Leverkusen, where Leverkusen had that defeat, but it wasn't a defeat for Leverkusen. That game ended in a draw, my mistake. But yes, then also in this game, Bayern facing against Union Berlin, this will be a good watch to see. And in the previous game, talking about Leverkusen, we had a watch along the previous night. Stuttgart played really so well in this game, and Leverkusen were very close to getting those edges. But yes, some sort of clinical finishing that from Boniface as well as Pimpong and their other wingers were not looking that good. So it is the game we are watching, and those of you guys who want to have the watch of this game can join our Discord, and the description for those links are given in the channel as well as in the video description. So yes, get to have those games watch, and yes, do give us a like, share and subscribe. Talking about the lineups where Bayern is facing is that the likes of Kim Min-jae and Upamecano are back in the squad, whereas Kim Min-jae was having some sort of injuries likely, but he has recovered, and Upamecano, he was having some kind of bruises in his thigh and he is also back in the squad. But there are chances that Eric Dyer might be just leaving Bayern on this January windows transfer because Vincent Company is just making this team look more aggressive from the defensive aspects as well. So yes, he needs fast defenders. He needs those who are having those spring fitted in their legs, and definitely the likes of injuries for Bayern in this game is that Bayern are having the injuries of Hiroki Ito, Joseph Stanisic, Sacha Boey as well as Pavlovic, the anchor midfield, defensive midfield player from Bayern, from the Bayern Munchen Academy. He is also injured. But yes, there are likes that Stanisic as well as that of Hiroki Ito. They will be back by the end of this month, and expectations are there that they are going to perform well. So lots of worries for Company because the next game they are going to face Benfica, and they have to perform those stunts because in the Champions League Company has got those two defeats, one against Aston Villa and the next against that was from Barcelona. The previous manager Hansi Flick from Bayern has just given those lethal worries. They have to do it and they will go for it. But yes, in this game of the Bundesliga, Bayern are going to get a win because in the previous 10 meetings, if you just have a look at it, Bayern has got 7 wins while Union Berlin hasn't got a single win out of it, and there have been 3 draws. So definitely Bayern are going to win this game. We are going to have a watch the formation. Is Vincent Company going to stick to it? See, here are the likes that Company is looking forward for the wingers of Coman as well as Olise. I mean, Kingsley Coman, this French guy, he has those Champions League goals in his bags. He can perform. He can definitely give those stunting moves which is required. That was a corner from Union Berlin. And will that go for some kind of headers? No, it is safe for Bayern, and that is a goal kick for Manuel Neuer. And yes, talking about the legendary GOAT goalkeeper Manuel Neuer, just look at Manuel Neuer. The stats of Manuel Neuer is quite concerning this season because yes, he is doing his job too good. He has been from the Schalke academy, but then also there is some requirement of a new goalkeeper in the squad because in the previous season Manuel Neuer was injured and that made Bayern suffer a lot. But yes, chances of Bayern having those, that is Steven Ulrich is there. But yes, Daniel Peretz, the goalkeeper from the Bayern under 19 academy, is also on the rise, and there are expectations that he will be called to the first lineup soon. So what are the expectations that Bayern are going to face? That will be a critical watch to have. But with such a long season of the Champions League as well as the FIFA World Cup going to commence from the next year January, as well as the leagues, DFB Pokal, so many games to play. Teams are going to play around about 65 to 70 matches per year. That is huge. I mean, per week you have to play at least 2 games in those aspects of the season. So yes, injuries are a much worry because much of the teams, Manchester City is facing those injuries. They have got their defeat. Arsenal with their injuries, they have got their defeat. So injuries are really going to bring those damages to the team, and what are in store for the January winter transfers will be a lookout too, because Alphonso Davies is not has just renewed his contract, and he is a free agent after 2025, whereas Coman, Palhina, Kim and Upamecano are up to 2026. But yes, Manuel Neuer and Harry Kane, whereas Musiala on the other hand is not having those contracts yet ready with the team, and he is still in talks with the management for just getting a big huge amount for those playing seasons, and he is waiting for those opportunities. But yes, some links of Musiala can be seen, but Manchester United is not that focused. Yes, Ruben Amorim, the manager from Sporting CP, who is on the moves, can be a like, but then also Vincent Company on the likes and Bayern Academy are definitely giving Musiala those boost which is required for a player, as well as he is in the German squad. And Mikel Olise, the young player from the French nationals, he is doing well and he has a contract much. So no worries for Bayern in the upcoming January transfer as well. That was a chance in the penalty box. Damn, that was Lam. He could get a shot to it. Ball was too close to the nets. So yes, Bayern are dominating this game so far. They are having those positions and they are doing good. But some sort of defending techniques need to be implemented by Vincent Company, because in all total Vincent Company has just conceded, just look at the stats of Bayern where the table is there, that they have conceded 7 goals. I mean, playing such aggressive, conceding 7 goals, it isn't enough. I mean, you can't lose with 7 goals, but you have scored 29 goals. That is a goal difference of 22. I mean, Leipzig are on the second position with a goal difference of 11. But yes, Bayern is double on the score sheet. That is definitely going to give them the boost. So here is the lineup. So just move on to what is happening at the field. That is what it is over here. Let me put a Q&A over to the chat, that who is going to win today. Start creating how many goals. So there is a Q&A over to the chat, that how many goals Bayern are going to score today against Union Berlin. Berlin, despite a historic team, they are having those moments and they will definitely get to have a look at what is happening in the field. So here it is, the team ups, the lineup is quite visible. The date and time, everything is good. It is looking fine. Yes, the audio quality is good, the video quality is also looking good, so no worries about it. So just have a look at what is going in the squad. Yes, on the other side, the lineups of Union Berlin is that they have Pefok and Jong as well as Hollerback in their attacking zones, whereas Trimmel, being the captain, has the likes of Khedira as well as Kamlen in the midfields. But yes, Vok, Doekel and Late, they will be doing good, and the goalkeeper Renault must be having those saves which is required for them to win. And yes, in the last 5 matches, Bayern have scored 17 goals, of whooping that it is, and they have got 7 wins and 3 draws out of the 10 games played. And Harry Kane is the top scorer with 9 goals. And yes, ranked third in the season is Jorbe Vetreson, has created the most chances for Union Berlin. Just look at the stats, I mean, of the Bundesliga. Let me show you guys the stats. Just look at the stats of the Bundesliga, where Harry Kane is the top scorer with 9 goals. But yes, Omar Marmoush, the Egyptian from Frankfurt, is on 9 goals, and he is creating those disturbances in the Bundesliga as well. But Victor Boniface from Leverkusen, he is also having 6 goals. So a total list of scorers, whereas Kleindienst, he is also doing good with 6 goals, and Kleindienst has been chosen to play in the German squad. Dennis Undav has got 5 goals, Demirovic with 5, and Luis Openda as well as Bukard with 5. And Mikel Olise from Bayern is also on 5 goals. So this is the stats of the Bundesliga players, whereas the assist is not much for the Bayern players this season, whereas the rest of the Bundesliga is doing too good. So the assist, where the team needs to have those performance, it is definitely going to be a huge aspect to watch. So that is all about this game, and we will be having a watch of this live. Those of you who want to have the links can join the channel, where the links are given in the video description as well as in the channel description. So that is all about for this beginning. Let us just focus on the game which is happening over here. So Pefok, Jeong and Hollerback from Union Berlin are having those stints. This is Harry Kane, and I think Bayern has got a corner. Yes, that is Kimmich to the left wings, the left corners. He is going to take with his right foot. Will he go for those curler or a Sly Fox movement inside the box? Kim and Upamecano are at the header positions. That is a cross from Kimmich, but just denied. Rafael Guerrero lofting it again to the center of the box. Upamecano gets a slight deflection. Kimmich, Olise dribbling it. That is a penalty. It is inside the box. Yes, that is the penalty which we are talking about. The early moments of scoring opportunity for Bayern, and Union Berlin has done that mistake inside the box. That was a tackle to Mikel Olise. Just score it, guys. Just look at it. Upamecano had that header deflection. It was Kimmich who just sliced it to Olise to the left wings, and Olise was dribbling it. It was that number 5. No, damn, it is number 16. It is really annoying. Hollerbeck had done that. Hollerbeck is an experienced player from Union Berlin, and inside the box, how could he give that tackle to Michael Olise? Harry Kane with that penalty. Get that shot converted, Harry. Prince, King Kane, come on, get that goal. Harry Kane never misses a penalty. And yes, Kane has scored. Kane has scored. That is the first goal. This is at the Alliance where Bayern are facing Union Berlin, and with that tackle from Hollerbeck to Mikel Olise inside the box, Bayern got that penalty, and it is Harry Kane who has just done that job of scoring from the penalty box so well. So yes, Bayern are up by 1 goal in just 14 minutes of first half. This game is really going to give those boosts which Bayern definitely needs, because in the next fixtures where Bayern is going to face Benfica for the Champions League, and that is at the Allianz Arena. So yes, the fixtures of Bayern, let me just show you the fixtures of Bayern Munich. So here it is, the fixtures. Bayern had a defeat against Barcelona, and that is against Bochum. They win by 5 goals, Mainz 4 goals. Bayern against Berlin, this is a 1 goal lead, and against Benfica they are having on the 7th of this month. So that is the Champions League, and definitely talk about Benfica is doing too good. Just have a look at their squad, the Pavlidis as well as Besto, and this squad under the Bruno Lage, the manager from Portugal, is definitely doing good. And in the Liga Portugal, yes, Sporting CP from Liga Portugal are having those good performances. They are on the top, and they have won 10 out of their 10 games. That is huge from Ruben Amorim. And especially to talk about Sporting CP is having the likes of their striker. That is a goal scoring chance. No, that is a miss. So yes, Sporting CP has got Ruben Amorim, but yes, he is leaving that. But their striker Victor Gyökeres, look at the stats of Sporting CP. Victor Gyökeres has scored 16 goals this season. I mean, he is the highest of the European leagues if you are talking about. I mean, out of the Europe, if you are talking about the leagues, then Victor Gyökeres with 16 goals is the highest scorer. In the previous season also, he was having those stints. Just look at it. Victor Gyökeres has scored 63 goals, played 66 games for Sporting. He is doing his job good. And in the previous 2021 to 23, he was at Coventry City, where he scored massive 40 goals out of those 97 games played. So yes, Gyökeres will be on the winter transfers as well this season. A watch out will be there whether Ruben Amorim is going to bring those players, because Savino is at Manchester City, and Ruben Amorim must be looking for those young players in the squad to get accustomed to. So that is all about Ruben Amorim's and the Benfica and the Sporting CP. But in this, we are just having those stats of the team playing where Bayern and Union Berlin are facing one-on-one in this Bundesliga clash. So that was Harry Kane's penalty. It is Manuel Neuer to Kim. There are matches of Newcastle as well as Arsenal which ended in the defeat of Mikel Arteta, whereas Bournemouth and Manchester City, Brighton and Liverpool, as well as Nottingham Forest against West Ham, we will be having a watch for those matches also. But it is going, there is 15 to 20 minutes of time left for those matches to commence. So that is all about the Bayern aspect on the fixtures which are going to come. No transfers for Bayern, but yes, they have to make those Jamal Musiala contracts ready. Just look at it. Harry Kane never misses a penalty and he has just placed the ball so well. But yes, Rono was there. He was close to get those hands, but that was a good clinical down to the edge corner of the post, which Harry Kane had that shot. Upamecano is high on the pitch. That is Kim and Kimmich playing on the defensive aspects. The positioning of Pelina, he has to stay in those defensive midfields, which definitely is looking too good. But yes, Pelina moving up the field is a bit critical at times. Upamecano to Kim, Kim back to Upamecano. Upamecano finding Olise. So yes, the inverted backs, the likes of Olise and Musiala dropping down will be a much watch to look over here. Kimmich, that is a miss pass. No, it is safe with Coman back to Kim. Davis, Kimmich, Kimmich finding Musiala. That is a back heel from Musiala. Trying to find Harry Kane, but that is a missed pass and the ball is out for a throw. Olise to Musiala. Kimmich, Palhina. Palhina is a strong defender. He is 190 centimeters of length and he is 85 kgs weight. He is a strong guy. At the defensive midfields, he is strong. Whereas talking about Kim, he is also too tall and too strong. Alfonso Davis gives that to the center of the box, but that is a block. And yes, guys, those of you who are watching the stream, do give us a like and do give us a subscribe. That gives a huge motivation to us, and that is definitely going to give huge boost to us. So yes, is Vincent company going to make those changing aspect in this game will be a watch to look for, because in these substitutions today the likes of Eric Dyer is also there, whereas Adam Asnu, the young player from Spain from the Bayern Academy, is also on the squad. So there are likes that he might try to bring those players with a few goals on the score sheet in the first half. But yes, Leroy Sané as well as Mathis Tel and Serge Gnabry, they have given those rest. But Mathis Tel definitely he is having those 2.5 years of stint at Munich. He needs to get those characters. He needs to develop into some sort of mindset for getting those moments, because he needs to get in the starting lineup as well. Whereas talking about Olise, he made his stint and he is into the first good books of company. Union Berlin trying to get some kind of build-ups. Musiala going for those aggressive passes. Kim with that interception. That is a foul. Palina is down to the ground and he is looking a bit injured. Will the referee give some kind of card to him? So yes, Palina is putting on those weight which is required at Bayern. He is building up strong. Upamecano, Olise, Kimmich. So yes, company is going for those three centre backs, especially with the likes of Upamecano and Kim. But yes, Kimmich is doing for those right back moments. But does Kimmich need to play in those positions? Davis to the left wings, Coman going for those dribbles. No, he has passed to Palhina. Kimmich, Upamecano. Upamecano tries to find the forwards. Palina with that tackle. Palina is that number 16 at Bayern. But is Palina doing that justice? Or Vincent Company is doing that justice for that number 16 to be in the squad? Because many a times Palina has been seen moving too aggressive on those attacks. Upamecano to Kimmich. Palina is a player who is a bit type of destroying attitude. I mean, he loves to just destroy the gameplay of the opposition, but in the build-ups, he is not that efficient to be played in those center midfields. Olise inside the box, will he go for those curls? No, he hasn't. What is that notification? That is a Kim Minje. He got that deflection. He has those interceptions. He has got those height. Upamecano to Kim. Coman. Man has found Musiala. That is Harry Kane. He is there in an open space. Lima has that left footer shot, but no, that was straight into the hands of Rono. Playing Lima at the right backs. See what a stint Lima is having. I mean, under Tuchel, Thomas Tuchel definitely never played Lima on the right backs. Yes, he did so. That is Hiroki Ito. He is just witnessing the game from the arena. So yes, talking about Conrad Lammer, I mean he was playing under Tuchel at the center midfields, but he was there previously playing at the right backs. I mean Guerrero is that player who will definitely give those because at Dortmund, I mean, Guerrero was getting those goals he was playing, but primarily he was from those left back positions because he is a left footed player. But yes, playing him to those right back positions, he is left footed. So Benson Company is trying to get those left footers or curls or those attacking aspects triggered for Guerrero. I mean, that will be another watch for this season also because they have got those likes of Hiroki Ito as well as Stanisic. So Stanisic, when he comes, he will be preferred for those right back positions. He is back from Leverkusen to Bayern, and he was on a loan to Leverkusen prior to this. Command to the edge of the box, Palhina. That is what I am talking about. If you play Palhina in the midfields, in the build-ups, he is going to get those balls cheaply into the opposition's. This is what company has to think about, because Palina is not having that good control. I mean, those orchestrating all those creative movements in the midfields for those dribbles, for those build-ups. He is a player who can go for those one-touch passes. That is the most we can expect from Palina. And yes, he is having that number 16 for the squad. So being a destroyer in the squad, he has to stay a bit deep. And after the upcoming of the injured players back to the squad, that is the place where company will have a thought about Kimmich moving in into the midfields and Pelina staying a bit deep. That is Harry Kane inside the box. Is he going for that pass or a shot? Upamecano tries to hit it, but that's a block as well as a good interception from Union Berlin. Back to Kim, Palhina. So yes, on the counter aspects, Palhina is dropping deep, but in the build-ups, I am personally not liking Palhina moving up so high in those build-ups, because that is definitely creating those disturbances. Kimmich, Palhina, back to Upamecano. So yes, this game is in between Bayern. This is going on smooth over here, but yes, there are likes that there is Manchester City playing against Bournemouth, and it is from the Vitali Stadium, where Manchester City, they had a loss. City got that loss in their fixtures, and that was against Tottenham in the Carabao Cup, the previous game, and now they are up against Bournemouth in the Premier League. So yes, City got their first defeat after 2.5 to 3 months of the Premier League, but still they are at the top. But in the Premier League, they haven't got any defeats. That was in the Carabao Cup, and now they are against Bournemouth. But much of worries for City as well, and Pep Guardiola has spoken about his stunt, that the injuries of John Stones, Ruben Dias, Rodri, Jack Grealish, Oscar Bob. Yes, Jeremy Doku was also injured, and Kevin De Bruyne is back with his injuries, and this is a good aspect for City, because in the Champions League, where they are going to face the likes of Sporting CP, where Ruben Amorim will be holding that game, and that is the last game, I suppose. No, that is up to the 8th of November. So yes, Ruben Amorim staying up to the 8th of this month for Sporting CP for these two matches, and he will be facing Pep Guardiola, and Pep Guardiola's men will be too happy to get those likes of Jeremy Doku, Kevin De Bruyne back to the squad. So this is a huge boost. But yes, John Stones, Ruben Dias, Rodri, Jack Grealish, and Oscar Bob, the injuries list for Manchester City is too big, and they have got those worries. It will be a watch to look what is City going to get against Sporting CP in the next Champions League fixture. But yes, talking about the next game which Liverpool are getting against Brighton, and Arne Slot, he has done those moments, he has created those records for Liverpool this season, being the debut manager for Liverpool after the departure of Jurgen Klopp. And yes, the likes of Gakpo, Nunes, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Gravenberch in the midfields is doing great this season, and much of expectations is from him also. Yes, talking about Liverpool's Van Dijk, Van Dijk hasn't got those. I mean, contract, he has just not made any kind of signings for the new contract, and he is still waiting for those opportunities. So Van Dijk is the player which Liverpool must be worried of, because they have got the likes of Robertson and Bradley in the squad, and that is Quanshaw as well as Gomez still on the waiting list. So Arne Slot must not be having worries, but if Van Dijk leaves Liverpool, then he is one of the elite defenders of the Premier League in the past 6 to 7 seasons, and he has done those jobs too good. Yes, Gallagher is on the goalkeeping positions. Alisson Becker is having those injuries. And yes, Federico Chiesa, much to talk about this player. Liverpool got those transfers in the summer, but Chiesa has just played only a single game, whereas in rest 2 to 3 matches he was seen sitting on the benches, and he is up to his injury. So expectations of Federico Chiesa will be on the wings soon after he gets back from his injury. On the next game, that is Nottingham Forest against West Ham, and Lopetegui generally having a game against Rui Pedro Silva. Yes, talking about West Ham, their fixtures, just look at it, where West Ham got a defeat against Tottenham. Tottenham was the team which has given setbacks in the Premier League time to time, and definitely Tottenham is doing those justice. But to talk about Tottenham, their manager has got, I mean, Postecoglou really needs to have those moments, because West Ham got a win against United in the Premier League, and in the next they have got Everton as well as Newcastle coming up. So that is what happened, what is happening in the Premier League at this moment, and it is all left to the players to perform in this long season of the Champions League. But yes, Newcastle and Arsenal, what a stunt that was from Isaac in just early 8 minutes, and Arteta's men were, I mean, Tierney, Calafiori, Tomiyasu as well as Odegaard are injured. But then also the likes of Arsenal with these injuries, they are doing too good, and in most of the Premier League games, Arteta has been seen playing with 10 games, so that has become a good aspect to watch. That how is Arteta going to make up and cover up those injuries? Mikel Olise with that left footer just from the edge of the box. That was a good scoring chance. That corner from Union Berlin, it could have been a scoring opportunity for them, but that was Kim who just got that block. So yes, Union Berlin are making those moves from the corners. Just look at the defending aspect of Kim. I mean, Kim is the destroyer, but when he is going for those moves, he is not having that aspect of clearing the ball well. If being a center back you are going for those destroying moments, then you definitely have to make those clearances. But many times I have seen from the defensive aspect of Kim that he is not clearing that ball good enough, and in the end that is just being given to the opposition. In that case, that becomes a huge menace. But yes, that is company who has stuck to the pairing of Upamecano as well as Kim, and he is doing those good jobs. Much of expectations are also for him. So what do you guys think that this is going to be? Are Bayern going to get that equalizer? I mean, Union Berlin are going to get that equalizer, or is it Bayern going that Mia San Mia way? and getting those huge victories. Musiala, he has just cut in into the box. That was a change of the wings. Gimmick to Harry Kane, it was Musiala who just got that touch, but it was Upamecano on the sidelines. And yes, Upamecano is a defender, so how can you expect him to get a touch to it? This is what happens in the fluidity if you that is Giovanni Ilva on the bench, the legendary striker from Bayern. Davis with that free shot. Union Berlin defense is looking a bit injured, and that is Khedira. He is down to the ground. So yes, Svensson do need to make some kind of substitution over here. This game is looking a bit too centralized in the attacking aspects, where both the teams are not going for those wing movements and they are trying to get those build-ups from the center. Harry Kane got that header. It was Musiala who got a touch to it. So what is in store for Khedira as well as Svensson? Is he going to be substituted? It's only 39 minutes of gameplay on the clock. Svensson, being the manager for Union Berlin, need not to worry because he has got those players in the bench. So was that a tackle to Khedira or he is looking good? So yes, Khedira is back on his legs. He is looking good. No, damn, Khedira is off the pitch. No, he isn't off the pitch. He is on the sidelines. Rono with that kick. That was a good goalkeeping shot from him. Just look at the positioning of Kim. Oh no, sorry, it was Paulina. My mistake, guys. I'm really obsessed with this player, Kim. Damn, that is a scoring chance for Union Berlin. Where is Kim hovering around at the center backs? So, in the past 2 to 3 games, where Manuel Neuer is quite offensive in his gameplay, but he has been seen playing quite deep inside the box. So, is that the new change which company is going to make? Guerrero to Musiala. Musiala is dribbling away. He has one, two, three. No, that was a deflection from the defense and straight safe for Rono. So Bayern are not going for those high defensive lineup late in the first half. It is Upamecano and Kim. They are going to stay at the backs with the likes of Kimmich and Palina. These four are always forming those boxes for those passes to be made. Davis, Coman, Kim, Upamecano. Upamecano has given that lofted pass to Elise to the left right wings. Guerrero, Kimmich, Kim, Min Jae Kim is so high in the defensive aspects. But just look at it. Look at the positioning of Palhina, where he is standing. I mean, that is what I am talking about. If you are going to play Palhina so high up in the attacking aspects, he is not getting those positions which can be turned into some passing moments or build up. That is what lacking from him. Davis into the left wings. He has cut in. That is Coman. Will he score it? And that is King Coman scoring the second goal in just 42 minutes and 49 seconds. That is what it is. We needed Kingsley and Coman on the scoring sheet as well because Leroy Sané has scored. Musiala is on the scoring sheet. Harry Kane is on a scoring spree. These are the likes which will come and the boost for the team in the next matches. So yes, that was very patient and good build up. It was Davis who just swinged into the left wings. He centered the ball to Harry Kane. Harry Kane just had a touch to Coman. And yes, Coman got that shot so well. So yes, Vincent Company is stuck to those two French wingers, Kingsley Coman and Olise, in those wing moments. Good build up and a patient as well as a decent gameplay. But yes, the positioning of Palina for me is looking a bit worried. What do you guys think? And yes, guys, those of you who are watching the stream, do give us a like and yes, do give us those subscribe moments. That is the attacking aspect. Are they going for more goals in the first half? No, it's already 44 minutes into the clock, and yes, definitely they will get those relief movements which is required. 45 minutes already on the gameplay and 3 minutes of extra time into it. Some sort of defensive worries are definitely going to come. So yes, I don't think that Vincent Company is going for those moves. He is going to stick to this only. But in the second half, what is that aspect of the substitutions which he will try to make? Because this is the game where he will trying to get those build-ups. is came with that tackle. It's already 47 minutes on the clock. The referee is going to blow the whistle. But yes, he has. The referee has blown the whistle, and it is the end of the first half, and Bayern are up with 2 goals. A good that gameplay in the first half, which was the need of the hour, and getting 2 goals on the score sheets will provide those comfort in the build up. So yes, getting those 2 goals early in this Bayern, no need of substitutions to be made. But as the performance of Musiala, he is being man marked too well by Kemlin. He has got that yellow card also. So, but in the game against Manchester City and Bournemouth, just look at it, guys. I mean, Bournemouth has scored, and it is Semeno who has scored on the 9th minute. This is definitely going to be a huge setback for Guardiola because he has got that defeat in the EFL Carabao Cup, as well as if this is going to be the next one in the Premier League. Guardiola has much worries. There is still much time left in this because only 20 minutes of the first half have been played. Still a lot to go. And yes, Liverpool is also has got that early setback from Brighton with Kadioglu getting that goal for Brighton. So in the Premier League, is it going to be the upsets? And Nottingham and West Ham, they haven't scored. None of them have considered. So yes, that is a break in the first half. We will be having the watch along of the second half as well. Do stay tuned to it, guys, and we will be back in just 2 to 3 minutes. And yes, there is a Q&A over there that how many goals Bayern are going to score today. It will also be a good watch to have. So that is all about it. Do stay tuned to it. I will be just back in 2 minutes with the break ongoing for these games. Just 2 to 3 minutes. Do stay tuned, guys. And yes, those of you who are watching this stream, do give us those like, those share, and those subscribe because it definitely gives us those good moments. So there is a break going on. Let me also take a small break out of it. Do stay tuned, guys. I will be just back in 2 minutes. are we going to get those 5 goals that is much required for this hour? Bayern definitely needs to score many goals in this game. They have to get those boosters. So, guys, we are back from that break, but the game hasn't yet started. But we will be having a watch of the games. Let me just change it. So yes, today it's Dortmund also going to play against Leipzig. That will be a good watch to have. But will Bayern get those edges in this game, which is much required? Are there going to be any sort of substitutions? I don't think so that they need those substitutions in this game. That is not required. No chances of substitutions, which is required because the team needs some sort of boost before the Champions League. And yes, they have to do that great. It's already 7 minutes of the break, and just we will have those aspects of the second half incoming between Bayern and Union Berlin. But the stats are looking good, and yes, the teams are playing too good. So that it is. So yes, no substitutions by both the teams. No substitutions from both the managers as well. They are going to stuck with their first lineup, and none of them are going to make those substitutions. Am I going to edit it? Yes, it is required. But yes, talking about Nottingham Forest and that of West Ham, Wood has scored in the 27th minutes. This aspect is going to haunt too much. 33 minutes of gameplay between Manchester City and Bournemouth, and City hasn't yet scored. Just look at the stats over here, guys. City has got that possession. They have got only 3 shots, whereas Bournemouth on those counters have got 5 shots, and no shots on target by the citizens so far. So yes, Guardiola must be having those worries. He must be having those concerns in the team. What is happening at the Etihad? City does need to have a comeback to it. That will be the watch out. Whereas Liverpool, talking about these stats, Brighton is having at Anfield. I mean, that was a loss from Arne Slot at Anfield this season. This was, just look at the fixtures where Arne Slot got that defeat against Nottingham Forest. So that was at Anfield, and this is the second game where Liverpool is back down by 1 goal. There are 3 shots, whereas only 2 shots taken by Liverpool and one on target. So is this going to be the turn of the table for City and Liverpool? Because here the table is that City is at the top and Liverpool is at the second despite their loss. But yes, Arsenal has got that loss today, and it was against the likes of Newcastle. So lots of worries going on in the Premier League table. So, but yeah, the match between Bayern and Union Berlin has started the second half, and definitely some no scoring, no substitutions. Yes, we are true. We got the information quite right. No substitutions for both of them, and they are playing with their first lineup, which they had decided in the first half. And there was 3 minutes of extra time to this game. But yes, talking about the stats, 75% of possession by Bayern, whereas that of 25% by Union Berlin. So yes, Bayern is doing that job too good, and they need to get those boost up before the Champions League fixture against Benfica. Alfonso Davis with that tackle, but the ball is off for a throw. how is this game going to affect the likes of the players? Some sort of pressing by Bayern against Berlin. So, what is in store for this game? So, is that a possible handball in this game? No, that isn't. That was a corner being taken. Harry Kane has got that position. Back to Kim. Davis. Kimmich. Kimmich to Olise. Musiala. Dribbling in. That is Guerrero. But no, there was an interception, and Union Berlin are just speeding away with those counters. So, are they going to get those things good in this game? Bournemouth and Brighton are really doing too good. So, some sort of job which company has to do in this game is he needs to have those build-ups. It is Kimmich who has moved to the left backs. Upamecano trying to find Olise. Olise has got that touch. He is outside the box with his left footer. No, he goes for that pass to Harry Kane. Palhinha to Guerrero to the right wings. Musiala trying to cut in between two players, but no, that was an interception. Kim Davis, Coman, back to Kim, Josh, Coman, Davis, back to Kimmich. Kimmich with that cross, he has got Guerrero. Guerrero with his left footer, will he get that? No, that is a Kingsley Coman shot. No, that is Harry Kane. The third goal, what a build up that was. Just look at it. How Kimmich just gave that to Guerrero. Guerrero with his left footer. That is what company is trying to build up with Guerrero on the right backs because he is a left-footed player and Guerrero giving those crosses from the left foot is generally going to take those turns from the defense because the defense lineup is just moving towards their right. So is that going to be a VR check? Was that an offside? I don't think so. That was not an offside, I guess. So the referee is going to check whether there was a VR or not. I mean offside or not. It was Guerrero. Guerrero is safe. Guerrero, damn, Koeman was not offside. and Harry Kane didn't got a touch to it. Just look at that cross from Guerrero. Guerrero got it. So Harry Kane did he got a touch to that ball? This is going to be too technical. This goal is going to be too technical. Whether Harry Kane has got a touch to it or not, that will be the main aspect to watch for the referees. Some kind of communications going on with the match referee. Is that goal going to stand or not? With that goal, Harry Kane will boom up to the 10th goal of the season. Yes, that goal is going to stand. Yes, that goal stands. It is the 10th goal. Harry Kane got that penalty, and this is the second goal. So, in these stats, it will be the 11th goal for Harry Kane this season, and definitely this will be a good boost for the team before the match, the Champions League match against Benfica. But on the other aspect, Bournemouth are still one up. Liverpool are down to one goal against Brighton, whereas Nottingham is one goal up against West Ham. So, will this be the Premier League setback? This will be too critical to watch. So yes, Premier League is going to have those setbacks. This is really going to be too critical to watch. Some sort of deflection is there. Bayern needs to get on those winning moments for this game. They are already up by 3 goals. So Vincent Company, is he going to make those changes? He is going to bring Leroy Sané and Gnabry, or they are going to just stick to this gameplay. Header from Musiala, but it was off from the post. Guerrero, Rafael Guerrero has that clinical aspect in it. So yes, Stevenson is going to make those changes for Union Berlin. Rono with that kick, Upamecano and Kim are playing high in their centre back aspects. But look at the formation over here. Harry Kane is not dropping down for those deep lying playmaking. He is staying bit high on those aspects. Some kind of substitutions can be seen, and it is from Union Berlin. That is a twin change in the squad. But yes, Vincent Company hasn't made any types of changes in the squad so far. Why doesn't he bring Leroy Sané as well as Gnabry? They need to get those gameplays as well as the likes of Matthew Stell. Worries are there, guys. Worries are there. some sort of playmaking from Koeman as well as Musiala. Players are looking bit tired and some sort of fresh legs required. That will be a worry for this game. They have already scored thrice, but yes, some sort of tactical changes for those players need to be up and they need to get those moments. But yes, Musiala is not scoring. He is after his injury, he is back with some sort of disturbances. Musiala does need to have those scoring opportunities, but he is being man marked too good. Harry Kane is off for a throw. Will Harry Kane get those rest moments in this game as well, like the previous one? Some sort of restlessness in the Union Berlin formations. Mikel Olise is speeding away. He is into the wings. That is a corner incoming from Union Berlin. Will they get that opportunity to score from it? No, that is a clearance. Upamecano has got that block and interception to it. So yes, the teams are really playing those good. But before the Champions League, they really need to get those aspects quite clear. I don't know how things are going to be. If they are going to be critical, then definitely it is a watch. Stuttgart and Leverkusen got those two equalizers. I mean, they had to share those points. That was the thing which was critical. So yes, that is the change in the defensive lineup which I was talking about, and company is doing that job too good. He has two stuck and changes of Sane as well as Goretzka. So Goretzka is going to be at the centre backs like the previous game, and that is that opportunity which company is looking out for him. So it is going to be Kimmich, it is Upamecano, Eric Dyer. They all are staying, and Kimmich is just moving a bit high. Goretzka, Eric Dyer to Coman, Eric Dyer. So yes, pairing off of Meccano and Eric Dyer in this squad. So this is what with the three centre backs officially available for the Bayern, company is playing away with these two tactics with three backs with three goals in the back. He has brought in Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer was a regular player for Tuchel. That is Leroy Sané. Will he give that touch to it? No, that has been denied. So this is the moment where Harry Kane and Leroy Sané are trying to go for those build-ups. Leroy Sané being the speedster, he was injured most of the time this season, and he definitely has to prove in order to stay at Bayern after the January windows. I mean, that is much needed because Gnabry is not on the scoring sheets. Sane has got one goal out of it. That will be too critical. That is definitely going to be too critical. So yes, Newcastle winning against Arsenal as well as in the halftime. Bournemouth are up with one goal against City as well as Brighton are up with one goal against Liverpool. Whereas Nottingham Forest is on the upsets with one goal against West Ham. Damn, this is the upset evening for the Premier League, which is happening. But we are on with Bayern and Union Berlin for this game. And in the second half, three substitutions which has been made is that of Eric Dyer, Leroy Sané and Goretzka. But yes, Gnabry hasn't been called up and neither Mathis Tell. Harry Kane and Leroy Sané in the formation with Musiala. Is that going to be fruitful in the upcoming fixtures of Bayern? Because Bayern, they are going to have those fixtures. They are going to face Benfica. Benfica in the Liga Portugal, they are at the third position. They are looking good. Goretzka has been playing on the centre backs prior to this also. He has been doing those jobs good. Koeman has got it. Is he in need of some fresh legs? Eric Dyer Musiala is into the box. That was a scoring opportunity. What a shot that was. If it would have been a bit low, then it would have been some sort of problem for Rono. That is Thomas Muller who is being called upon, and Musiala was looking a bit off. Damn, that was a deflection from Leroy Sané as well. That shot from Musiala got a deflection from Leroy Sané as well. Thomas Muller incoming. Danke Thomas for your performances at Bayern so long. The legendary Thomas Muller is onto the ground at the Allianz Arena where Bayern are up by 3 goals. So yes, playing Thomas Muller after 73rd minute, Vincent Company does need him for those Champions League games and he is going to stick to him. Davis with his speed, Manuel Neuer clearing the ball, Coman, Kimmich, Dyer, Coman, Coman changes the wing to Upamecano, Upamecano to Leroy Sané, Leroy Sané just trying to have that type of deflection to it. Kimmich to Coman, Koeman again changes. Just look at it. I mean, every time Koeman is getting the ball, he is just changing the wings. This is looking good. Some sort of changes being made after the first half. Rono, will he clear the ball or he will try to get some build up from the defense? Eric Dyer with that clearance to Kimmich. Back to Neuer. Upamecano. Upamecano to Goretzka. Goretzka in the midfields. Davis trying to find Muller, but that was an interception. Seeing Goretzka play after so many months, it's such a delight. I mean, what a performance this player had amidst the COVID pandemic for Bayern. He had grown into some kind of masculine boost for Bayern, and from there he has just dropped away his form. Kimmich to Guerrero, that is Sane on the wings. Sane tries to have a cut in. Back to Kimmich. Harry Kane. Upamecano. Eric Dyer. Back to Upamecano. The centre back is quite high in the build up. Kimmich to Dyer. See, that is what I'm talking about. If you keep Davis in the midfields, I mean, he is not getting those touches which is required. I mean, they are just trying to spread the field wide to the wings with the help of Koeman and Sane. Harry Kane, Guerrero trying to find Muller. Muller is at the center. That is Upamecano. He has missed past trying to find Leroy Sane. We need to score more goals. We need to have those build-ups, especially in the midfields, in the pressing aspects, in the possession aspects. I mean, this Bayern is not doing that justice which is required. Just look at the positioning of Kimmich and Goretzka. They both are so much familiar and they maintain those gaps in between them. But this is not evident when Palhina was playing in the squad in the first half. Dyer to Guerrero. Guerrero is on the dribble. Back to Kimmich. Dyer. Davis. Coman. Coman on the left wings. Davis again. Dyer. Dyer goes for those right wings to Sane. Yes, Sane has got a hold of it. Will he go for that cross? No. Kimmich. Kimmich with the cross for Harry Kane. No, there was no Kane, no Muller. That was bit overpowered shot. That is Adam Asno. He is going to be brought in. This youngster from the Bayern Academy is making his mark on the field. And who is that? It's Alfonso Davis who is being called off. So yes, Asno making his presence felt at the Alliance Arena, and he is going to play for Alfonso Davis. Just look at how Asno is going to perform because still 11 minutes of gameplay plus stoppage time left in it. So Davis is getting those rest. That is Olise, Musiala and Palina with the substitutions being made for them. Kimmich, Upamecano and Dyer, they are staying deep with the likes of Goretzka, and it is Asno who has moved to the inverted back positions from the center. Coman to Asno, Coman, Kimmich, Kimmich finds Guerrero. Guerrero is going to play 90 minutes. Yes, he is. Asno, Muller, Dyer, Leroy Sané is seen just getting some fluidity in the positions. Kimmich tries to find Harry Kane, but that was an interception. See, in this aggressive aspect, that is what I am talking about, is that it is getting too tough for Bayern to get those moves, and this is what is happening against big teams. In these pressing moments, that was a one touch from Muller to get that cross. This formation is not creating those disruptive attacks for the opposition. They are not building up that strong. Eric Dyer goes in into the middle of the centre back positions to Upamecano. Eric Dyer to Harry Kane. Neither of Thomas Muller or anyone is dropping down. They are just making those positions high up on the offensive line. That is number 26 from Union Berlin. So Khedira gets his first yellow card. Khedira has played for Augsburg as well as Leipzig, but he is at Union Berlin for the past 3 years, and he definitely needs those performances to be made. Goretzka is on the move, still 5 minutes of play in the second half plus stoppage time left. Koeman has found Guerrero for Muller. It's not happening, man. It's not happening. I mean, this game Bayern is playing, but it's not happening at the Alliance. What is required? Kane had that shot. That shot didn't have a good touch to it. This gameplay of Bayern is getting annoying at times. Yes, they are up by 3 goals. They have got those, but in the build-ups, in the possession, especially in the midfields, that is not happening for Bayern. Kimmich, Goretzka with that interception. Harry Kane, Asnu, Asnu gives that to the center of the box, but safe into the hands of Rono. Kimmich, Kimmich has been seen orchestrating and creating those playmaking moments from the midfield. Koman, Goretzka, Muller, Goretzka again, Harry Kane, Guerrero with that left cross. Kingsley Coman, was that an opportunity? No. Union Berlin have been doing good in their defensive aspect, especially in the second half. They have denied Bayern of any good scoring opportunity in front of the goal. Union Berlin in the second half, they are doing good. They have denied any straight chances in the second half. That's really a too good play. Coman had that right footer shot, but it was the block from Rono. Just look at that shot. There was no deflection nor enough power on it. Kingsley Coman has become too sublime. He needs to be on fire. He needs to have those wing moments. I mean, being a prolific winger, he needs to have those runs, but he is becoming a bit of a creative playmaker at times from the wings. Upamecano, Goretzka, Aznu, Kimmich, Dyer, Upamecano, Sane. There are seven Union Berlin players defending. I mean, they have just stuck to their defensive aspects in the second half, more or less, and they have done good. Kimmich to Upamecano, Sane, Guerrero. That is Leroy Sane. Can he get that scoring opportunity? No, Sane. That was some sort of opportunity. Take your time for that shot. It was his left foot, but that shot didn't have that much power, neither that accuracy to it. Ball is off for a throw. Manuel Neuer to Upamecano. Kimmich. 2 minutes of extra time has been allotted. So still we have got 2 minutes to watch this game. Can Bayern get one more goal out of it? Dyer to Goretzka. Goretzka to Aznu. Coman. What? The referee has blown the whistle for what? The ball is off for a throw. Damn, that was an offside. So scoring only 3 goals, will that be a worry for Vincent Company, or is he going to make those moves? I don't think so that this is going to be that justice with Bayern in this squad, because from the midfields they are not being able to make those penetrating gameplays. So that is, the referee has blown the whistle and the game has ended. That is a good win from Bayern's perspective before their Champions League fixtures. But will that be enough? Because some sort of disappointments from the midfield where Pelina as well as that of the likes of Goretzka coming to the squad, that hasn't been looked that good. That hasn't looked that good. Kane had a penalty, he had a goal as well, 2 goals. He couldn't get his hat trick in this game. Kingsley Coman getting that goal. But then also, some sort of disturbances are there. Damn, Bournemouth has scored 2 goals against City. What is happening? What are these City players doing? Just have a watch along of what City is doing. Man, City is down by 2 goals. Just have a look at it. This is really upsetting. Manchester City is down by 2 goals. It is going to be their back to back defeat. What is in store for this team? It will be the night of the Premier League upsets. Damn, that is the third goal opportunity. He has missed it. What a game this is going to be. Bournemouth are really looking that good. How could he miss that? Just look at it. The ball hits the post. Bournemouth are giving City those tempting edges. This game is really taking the nerves, guys. This game is really taking the nerves. Premier League is on an upset. Arsenal got their defeat, City getting their defeat, Liverpool 1 goal down. What will happen? What is going to happen? Just look at the way Bournemouth are playing. This game is taking the toll. City is not on the scoring sheet. This win from Liverpool will take their edge moment, but yes, Liverpool are also down. What is this happening? So yes, the end of the Halloween, and yes, Liverpool has scored. This is the game where Liverpool has scored. They have got those moments. Just look at it. It is Liverpool who has leveled it, and if they are going to win, then definitely this is going to be that moment where they are going to be at the top of the table again. Kyle Walker is having some sort of disturbances from Manchester City. He is looking bit dejected, and that is the goal from Liverpool which has just happened. Still 20 minutes to go. Can Liverpool get those edges? If they get a win from here, then they are going to be at the top of the table. That is Gakpo. He is speeding away. He has got, damn, that was Mohamed Salah also on those wings. Liverpool and Brighton on level scores, and this can turn the table upside. Liverpool, if they get a win out of here, they will be on the top of the table. Can Liverpool get that goal? Jones, Salah on the wings. Will he go for that shot? Mohamed Salah has scored. Liverpool is on the top of the table. This is the moment Arne Slot must be waiting. What a scoring opportunity, and Salah has done that job. Anfield is roaring. Anfield is on its height. Just look at this. What a classic conversion goal that was from Mohamed Salah. I mean, in just 3 minutes, two goals. Just look at that build up. How Mohamed Salah was just efficiently dodging away from the outside of the box, and he was allowed to just cut in inside the penalty box. That was a mistake. That was a big mistake. And Brighton has committed that mistake. It was Estupinian who did that mistake. He allowed Mohamed Salah to just cut inside the penalty box, and Mohamed Salah has scored. Definitely, this is going to give those boosts. That is 2-1, 73 minutes of gameplay so far. Can Liverpool get those edges? So yes, Liverpool are not going to get those upsets, and the Anfield are going to roar back. Gomez, Gallagher. So yes, Konate has been substituted with some kind of injuries after the first half. Van Dijk is there. He has got an assist. Gakpo has that goal in the 69th minutes, and in the 72nd minutes it was Liverpool scoring from that Egyptian delicious king Mohamed Salah, and that has done the damage. That is a clearance. That is a good clearance. The substitutions are that of Gomez and Jones as well as Luis Diaz. So these three are the substitutions. Gakpo is staying, Luis Diaz, Salah as well as Jones are going to make for those moments. Can Liverpool get this win secured? That will be too critical to watch. Nunes is still there. Salah to Nunes, but he gets some kind of interception over here. So final substitutions being made by Brighton, and what is Horzeler going to bring back over here? That will be a good watch to have. So some sort of substitutions being made. It is finally Darwin Nunes. He is being called upon, and that is Wataru Indo. Indo is being called, that Japanese in the midfields. This is what McAllister had got that substitution, and there came Jones. So Indo is going to stay with Gravenberg. If Liverpool gets this win comfortably, then at the top of the table they will be on 25 points. Arne Slot is doing what is required for the team. This is going to be that opportunity. 13 minutes of gameplay left in the second half. Still, there's plenty of time for Brighton. On the other hand, that is Manchester City, who are still down by 2 goals. Arsenal has got that defeat. Manchester City on the edge of the 80th minutes are down by 2 goals, but here Liverpool is going to get that survival as well as West Ham getting that defeat. Damn, so many defeats, and Arne Slot is going to take those opportunities to crawl up the table in the Bundesliga. In just 3 minutes, that was a comeback moment from the Anfield. Jones, Indo, Van Dijk, Gomez, Gomez to Salah, the likes of the formation where Jones, Diaz, and Gakpo are playing, they are definitely looking quite comfortable. Take this lead, guys, take this lead. Liverpool definitely wants this from a long time. So yes, it will be a YNWA moment if Liverpool crawls back to the top with 2 points lead over Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. That is Gomes. Gravenberg, Van Dijk goes for that long cross. Will he find Gakpo over there? No, he hasn't. In the forwards, Gakpo and Salah are going strong. But where is the involvement of Luis Diaz in the game? Van Dijk back to Kelleher. Indo is staying on the defensive midfields. Salah is running fast. Can he get those? There was an interception back to Salah. That is Jones. Can he score it? No. That was denied. Jones would have just stayed with it. He should have waited for those patience moments. That was a huge chance. Smikas tries for those dreamy left footers, but that wasn't enough touch to that ball. What is Brighton going to do from here? Will Liverpool crawl to the top of the Premier League table? So are Liverpool going to get that win, or they are going for those draw moments? Because still over here, it's City has scored. Guardiola has scored. They have one more goal to score for that equalizer. Whereas Nottingham Forest has got those three goals. Newcastle has got that disappointment, and yes, Bournemouth are up by one goal and it's 85 minutes. But yes, Liverpool are also one up. This is going to be damn interesting to watch. What a Premier League weekend this is going to be. So yellow card for Kadioglu, Diaz, Gomes, Gomez to Van Dijk, back to Gallagher, Gomez, Indo, back to Gallagher. Gallagher tries to find Jones, but there was an interception. Diaz giving a push. Just look at it. There is a pin drop silence at the Anfield. Gravenberg. Gakpo, Diaz has cut in. He will go for that right footer. No! Why he gave that to Gravenberg from there? 85 minutes of gameplay are on the words. 5 minutes plus stoppage time still to go. Are Liverpool going to keep this win intact so far with this stoppage time going to play, or are they going or Manchester City are going for those wins. This is going to be too critical. That was a header. Gomez had a header touch to it, but that was safe into the hands of Verbruggen. Verbruggen really needs to make those aspects quite clear. Time is running short for Manchester City, and yes, it is safe for Liverpool. Can they get that edge? Clearance from Van Dijk, but it got some kind of block to it. The Simicus, Diaz, Diaz is speeding away, but that was an interception. Gravenberg, there is the Simicus and Gravenberg trying to defend the right wings of Brighton. Luis Diaz has dropped down for the defensive aspects. So yes, some sort of injuries in this game. That was for Konate, and it was Gomes who has made his appearance. Though he is not being that regular for Liverpool this season under Arne Slot. Salah being fouled. So changes seen upcoming for Brighton. Damn, that is Mitoma who is being called off. Mitoma had hit his good stint in this game so far. But it was Welbeck with that assist and Kadioglu with that goal, which Brighton was surviving up to the 69th minutes. So the Premier League table is definitely going to talk a lot. This Premier League table is definitely going to talk a lot. Just 2 minutes of gameplay left to it. How much stoppage time is that referee going to give? Brighton are not looking for those counters because they want Liverpool to come for those aggressive pressing where they can make those press movements. Gravenberg and Indo staying on the centre backs for those blocks. That is inside the box. That is a tackle, but the referee hasn't yet seen to it. And neither Brighton players are going for those appeal. But that was a tackle inside the field. I mean, inside the penalty box. So a corner being considered by Alexander Arnold. Now the Brighton players are complaining about those challenges being made inside the box. But it's too late. 9 corners from Liverpool, 7 by Brighton so far in this game. Will Liverpool get that? Just look at Alexander Arnold, how he is man marking Welbeck. That is Brighton with their position outside the box. Damn, that shot wasn't that good. So yes, Anfield is going to roar too good because this win is definitely going to give them the top of the Premier League table. So some sort of defensive implications by Arne Slot late in the 90th minutes can be seen. This Premier League table will take a toll if Manchester City are dropping those 3 points and Liverpool, whereas Arsenal has already lost that against Newcastle. So yes, that is Mohamed Salah who is being called for those substitutions. He is going off to the bench. That goal from Mohamed Salah, that was a complete comeback. That is Bradley. He has been called. He has been called specially for the fresh legs in the defensive aspects for Brighton. Yes, that is what Bradley is doing his job. He has just made his mark on the field and has started doing his job. Just look at that force with which Bradley is handling the Brighton players, especially to name them before. Bradley is fresh of energy and he will definitely give all of it. Oof, Premier League table is taking a deep toll over here. And yes, 6 minutes of stoppage time for Manchester City to get that equalizer. And Liverpool has got 4 minutes to maintain that lead. And whereas West Ham, this is going to be the talk of the weekend, that the Premier League upsets are really, they have taken the toll of the elite clubs. So with this win, just look at the table. That is Liverpool going with 25 points, whereas City dropping 3 points and staying with the 23 points which they had with 9 games. 1 loss, 8 wins, whereas City has 1 loss, 2 draws, and 7 wins. That extra 1 draw and a loss just is getting the nerves of Guardiola. When is the referee going to blow the whistle? Tasamikas with that challenge, he is looking safe. Gravenberg has been called to clear the ball. Some sort of, physical tactics, strength, all being shown by the Reds. So yes, fans have started just singing. With this win, they are crawling to the top of the table. That is what is needed for the fans. What a glory moment that will be. Such rare moments where the top elite clubs facing their defeats and one of them getting that win and crawling to the top of the table, it is taking a real toll of the managers. And yes, City, if they get this loss, this is their 2 successive losses, one back to back. Gallagher is safe. Yes, he has got the position. Stay on the ground, man. Stay on the ground. You don't need to be. It's already 10 seconds left for the referee to blow the whistle. Just blow the whistle. Referee hasn't yet. It's already 94 minutes into the clock. When is the referee going to blow the whistle? Damn, it's 94 minutes plus 15 seconds. It's more than the stoppage time which has been given. Dang! When is the referee going to blow the whistle? He has given for a foul. Is that going to be the last kick of this game? 94 minutes 47 seconds. So Arne Slot is looking excited. He is moving to the top of the table and his bald head is shining like anything. Slot is definitely going to, yes, he has got that. And Slot has moved to the top of the table. That is the moment which the Liverpool fans were waiting for. And Liverpool, with that victory, has clinched to the top of the table with 25 points. And City not drawing but losing 3 points, dropping to 23, as well as the likes of Arsenal losing against Newcastle have just dropped to 18 points. So, what an upset evening for the Premier League it was. The compilation of all these videos will come tomorrow morning. Do have a watch to it. But yes, tonight there is also a watch along where we will be having those of Leipzig and Dortmund. What a great moment Liverpool had in this game. And yes, calling to the top of the table, Nottingham Forest has clinched to the third position. Just look at the table, 10 games, 5 wins. With only 5 wins and 4 draws and 1 loss, Forest are at the third. Arsenal with 5 wins. So, apart from Liverpool and Manchester City, none of the teams have won more than 5 games. 50% win record for the Premier League for the third position, whereas that of City and Liverpool are a bit high. So, that is all for today, guys. We will be having the watch along of Leipzig as well as Arsenal. We will get to see what is in store for the teams. Do stay tuned to us, and yes, before ending this video, do give us a like, do share and do subscribe. Thank you for your support, guys. Yes, keep going. Tata, bye bye, good night, and kudos to the Anfield. They got their good first spot under Arne Slot, and that too at the Anfield. So definitely it is much to say about. So all coming